Yeah, you're beautiful. All right, sorry for the false start there, folks. Oh, you messed up my camera, dude.
How do I turn off the light on this camera?
It's in the back of it. We're so silly. All right, check it out. Number 9, looking all sloppy at the start like a bunch of suckers. Who are these people? What are they trying to do on this YouTube? They can't even get a video started right.
This
Good
YouTube as opposed to the other YouTubes.
Lord. Anyway, all right, check it out. CrunchCast, number 9. I'm Chris Holden, lead artist over at Ophonic. I make art, I make video games. I love UDK and Cry SDK.
And I'm Bryan McConnell, animator at Ilphonic. I love stuff too.
I'm Jon Jones.
And I
I'm an
love
art
to
producer
party.
specializing in outsourcing, and I run my own company, Smartest for Smart Artist.
Nice.
What a fun name for a company. Hey, I gotta cut off the air conditioning because it makes too much noise.
Okay, what's our topic again? Did we discuss the topic?
Actually, we didn't.
Oh yeah.
This is all improv, folks. Believe it or not.
My favorite kind.
Actually,
What did you guys just say?
Turning off the air conditioner and plugging in the microphone and everything was very, very carefully orchestrated.
Yeah. So normally we do these things before the show starts. So hey, and before we really get into our topic, let's talk about another topic.
Good idea.
This CrunchCast. So check it out. We got the
Edgy.
3-person split screen here. What's going on here is I'm in Crunch Studios. Yeah, that's the new branding name.
Oh yeah.
Website coming soon, and I would like to thank James Green. If you like the Twitter, he's at Uber_artist. Isn't that right?
No, I don't think there's an
Or is it just
underscore,
Uber artist?
which he is.
Yeah, well, anyway, that's him, James Green. He's a great guy. He, during the last podcast, I actually talked about it during the podcast. He tweeted me, and he gave me a domain. He gave me a domain of crunchstudios.com.
So generous.
Yeah.
He's a great guy.
I got the site set up and all that, but I haven't officially launched it, and I'm not sure if I'm ready to officially launch it with this episode or number 10, or if any of that even matters. You know what? I should just go ahead and launch it because I'm talking about it.
Yeah.
And it's a lot easier than going to my website than / CrunchCast, or instead of 2 clicks, it's 1.
I've never liked typing in your name, so I think the domain's a good move.
You know, I like it, but I understand.
How much do you pay to like host a website?
Well,
per month.
There's a lot of different
Now that you have the domain.
hosting services.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different options you can get. I chose an option that was a bit more expensive just because I need to host all the MP3s and all
Okay.
the files for this show.
Yeah.
All the things.
And you buy it for like a few years worth.
Mm-hmm.
And what I did was I bought it for it's $5 a month.
Okay.
It's pretty good.
So yeah,
That's a lot.
it's actually pretty cheap when you
That's
think
a lot
about
cheaper than I thought it was.
yeah, everything that really comes with it. Because I mean that package also comes with like email addresses and
Because I need to get my site live.
all kinds of stuff. Well, you got your one site, right? But that's on the student thing.
Yeah, it's a stupid school website.
Yeah,
I don't
I
want to
mean,
use it. So.
I feel
Dumb.
I don't even know if I'm allowed to use it still.
Who
I think
knows?
after graduation you're supposed to like take it off or something.
Yeah.
But
well, I'll tell you what. If you really want to look pro as an artist, you have your own website. If you have your own, there's the tiers. It's if you have your own domain, like my name dot whatever.
Yeah.
And that's like the top tier. If you get an email from
Well, I have a domain that I bought for 2 years, like a year and a half ago. So it's good for another 6 months or so.
what is that? BryanMcConnell.awesome.
I think it's bryanimation.net
Oh,
or
yeah,
something.
Brian
But it's still just got the GoDaddy on it because I just bought the domain.
You haven't put anything up there?
I haven't put anything up, but only because I wouldn't have much of a portfolio. Like I can't show anything I'm working on now because of NDA and all of my college
NDA, not
stuff.
he said NDA, not working for EA.
Yeah.
Because it sounded like you said you're in EA.
Oh, did it? Yeah.
A little bit.
NDA, non-disclosure.
Planetarium.
The Planetarium.
Area.
The Planetarium, yeah. So yeah, like it makes you look a lot more professional if you've got your own website, especially when you get an email from somebody and they're like Tom at tomjones.com. That's
Tom
terrible
at
name.
tom.tom.
Yeah. So yeah, if you've got your own domain, you look really, really professional. When I see somebody, they send me an email about a job, or they're posting some recruitment page and their email address is at Hotmail. I'm like, whatever.
Yeah, Hotmail.
Close. Next. That's the bottom
Yeah.
tier. Just right
It's like-
above AOL.
I always find it just really just unprofessional when I get an email just like, "Hi, I'm looking for a job," from like bongguzzler69 at yahoo.com.
Oh, we've made so many jokes about those email addresses.
Those are some
And they're all
fun
pot
ones.
related.
Well, people like to do that. This is a weird thing about people like to associate themselves with something.
Yeah. 69 and 420 are always taken.
You're like, oh, this guy's got 420 in his name. I bet he's down with some weed. Yeah.
I bet a lot of people with 69 in their name haven't even like done that. I mean, that's
It's really not that comfortable.
Yeah, I don't see how it could be bad.
I mean, you're a kind of strong guy, Brian. If you got a petite girl,
yeah.
that works out pretty nice for you.
Yeah, I mean, I've never had any interest in.
But imagine
giving
her
it a
case.
shot. Yeah. I'm just gonna assume that she would have to be on top. But anyways.
Well, the good thing about guys like you and me is we know how to post.
Yeah, that's true.
You could lay on top of somebody, but you're still like got your weight on your elbow or something.
Yeah.
It's not in her ribs, but like on the bed, so you're not putting your full weight down on
Of course,
your
yeah.
partner.
That's the only reason you guys work out, right?
Yeah, so we can be like awesome at doing it.
So we can easily accidentally murder chicks.
Dude, check this out. What did you?
I've never been considerate in that way. My sex name is the Crushinator.
The Crusher.
Crushing.
They call me the Jackhammer. It's actually not a compliment.
I like that.
It's not. If a girl ever calls you the Jackhammer, it's probably not a compliment.
I would take it as a
unless
compliment.
she is like straight up skanky.
Or-
No, some girls just like it tough. But no, he's this guy Brian. He cleaned. What did you clean and pressed over your head? 205 pounds.
Yeah,
this week?
205 pounds.
It's so sick.
Criminy.
I mean, my max ever was like 165.
Yeah, I was actually pretty impressed with myself because that was like 40 pounds higher than I could press last time.
Yeah. And do you know what your body weight is right now? Like 185 or something?
It's not quite. No, it's not even close to 185. I'm still only at 170.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you measure it recently?
This was a couple weeks ago.
Okay,
2
so yeah,
weeks ago.
pretty much 170 because you're
Yeah.
damn.
Yeah.
So you're throwing like 205 over your head at 170 body weight.
Yes.
That's pretty awesome. It's
was
scary,
pretty happy.
man.
Scary. I hope I'm not too intimidating at the.
I
office.
can't even look at
Don't
you.
worry, you're not.
Yeah.
John's lucky he doesn't have video feed of Brian right now. He would be in fear. No, but so check this out. Back to the actual CrunchCast, because that's what we're here for. I was just quickly throwing out some information about the future of the show. What does it mean? I always said that if I make it to episode 10, I'm going to upgrade. That doesn't necessarily mean that episode 10 is going to be the upgrade. I don't know that I'm going to go out and buy a HD camera right after we're done filming episode 9, or if I'm going to do it after episode 10, or if that really means that episode 10 is going to be a big deal episode. It just means that, hey, made it this far, good for us.
Yeah.
You stuck with it.
Yeah.
Indeed. Yeah, and
Yes.
if you got an HD video camera and you aren't sick of me being on the show, I'll get one too.
Yeah, dude, we love you here.
Business
Yeah.
expense.
Number one guest so far.
Number one guest. I don't know. I have to go with Chuck.
Chuck was.
I have to go with Chuck
I'm-
because,
I'm
boy,
not-
that episode got some views.
Yeah, I love Chuck.
I haven't
don't
seen
get
that
me
one yet. Chuck is awesome.
Yeah, Chuck's a cool guy. Yeah, definitely.
wrong. I don't even
So,
have an opinion yet because I haven't listened to any of the ones with John. So I
John-
just threw
John
that
does
out
a good
there.
job. John does a really good job. He's a good talker, and he's really good at what are you going to call it? Aggregating the episode, like getting it out there, letting people know.
We were talking about different unique laughs that we like. John, you have a pretty funny laugh. I like it. I enjoy it. Just wanted to throw that out there.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I've got something that'll make John laugh.
Oh yeah?
Is it okay
Remember
getting hurt?
The other day I was talking to Brian, and he said, "Hey, don't ever tell John this."
Don't, dude. Seriously.
You want to
Dude.
ask him? It's
No,
so funny.
no,
It's so funny.
no. We're not gonna talk about that.
It's so
We're
funny.
not touching that. We're not touching that with a 10-foot pole.
God, it's so
I'll ask you off air, John. I won't.
That's
I won't
fine.
ask
It's
you
not
on
even
air.
bad. Brian's just embarrassed. Okay, we'll move
Yes,
on.
I like
It's
you.
dude, yeah, it's not even a bad question. Brian's just embarrassed. I put him
Well,
on the
no,
spot.
that's just one of those topics that I don't really want to touch on just yet. because I don't know what you're comfortable with. I don't know what John's comfortable with.
Okay,
I only know
sure.
what I'm comfortable with. So
And
I don't
that's
want to.
the
I don't want to
ladies.
say something. I don't want to say something that could offend somebody else or
You're gonna
anyone
get
out
you're gonna be
there, so.
banned from YouTube, Brian.
Everyone's like really curious.
Yeah.
No.
Here's what we're gonna do. Here's the point of the episode, folks. We're gonna bring up topics that go nowhere like that, and everybody's gonna ask questions. But speaking of questions, I kind of wanted to.
CrunchCast.
One of the things I wanted to kind of start off with was, since we're talking about this show and the future of it, like, what would you guys like to see for the future of the episode? And when I say you guys, I mean the fans as well. Feel free to comment. Most people know how to find me pretty easy.
Yeah.
So yeah, just share your information on what you'd like to.
It's gonna be less Brian.
Less Brian. No, they what they want is the biggest thing I get is I want more Brian with less shirt. And
Really?
That's what most people say.
Huh.
Most people say more Brian with less shirt.
Well,
That was my comment.
That was okay.
And if you've ever
Thank
seen,
you, John.
if you've
Not
ever
that this
seen
me any
Brian
good. I
without
can't see your video.
shirt- Yeah.
Shut.
No, he's getting himself together. He's doing a good job. But yeah, how about you, John? Where could we take this?
I'd really like to start taking, like viewer calls and whatnot. I mentioned setting up a Google Voice
That's right.
account specifically for the CrunchCast, so people can go and leave voicemails, just asking questions and stuff. Just bring up different topics and whatnot, and then we can play them as the cast goes on, and then just sort of riff off of that.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting. The fact that you can actually hear people. I've learned from other podcasts where they discuss, and you listen to that video today where they were talking about how they tried doing like live Twitter or like live chat rooms.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Hearing-
successful.
Well, during the podcast, and you see, they explained why that didn't work, is because if you're listening to an episode live, well, that's great, but a few weeks down the road, if you're listening to something that had like a live chat, it doesn't sound very good.
Do you remember that Mr. Show sketch, the pre-taped call-in show?
Yes, yeah, that was pretty good. That was a really good sketch. By the way, John, I noticed that for some reason, when you're not talking, we're getting a high level of feed. Do you hear that, Brian?
Yeah, I did.
It's like when you hear it coming
I
in.
thought
now.
we were at the ocean or something.
Yeah,
Oh, that's weird. Tell you what, I'll put on my headset.
yeah. Basically, what's happening is when you're not talking, the longer you're not talking, there's a noise is getting louder and louder. It's like just a constant.
It's like it's trying to pick you up, but you're not there to pick up. So.
Well, damn, I
Or
guess I'll just
something.
never stop talking. That's so against my nature, but I'll make an exception for
never
you, Joe.
stop. Never stop.
Don't you dare stop.
All right.
That reminds me, people should check out Brian's YouTube video.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember the
Is this
the
on?
name of
Is
that?
this actually transmitting through my
Yes.
headset?
Yes.
Cool. Okay.
We can hear you.
And you're so much luckier for it.
Yeah.
But
Actually,
yeah, we should set up
totally
like a Google Voice account or something to start letting people suggest topics and just ask questions and whatnot. Just general industry stuff. I mean, just along the lines
super
of
cool.
like you and I have always seemed to specialize in like breaking in portfolios where where to go. I just to learn this or that, where to develop contacts and just. I don't know, just general personal and professional development type stuff. That seems to be kind of our forte, but I'd like to, kind of like break out of that a little bit and just see, where things can go, the state of the industry, maybe new games that are coming out, and just I think
Sure.
you talking about CrunchCast would be really damn interesting. I haven't had a chance to work with that yet, and you've really
Yeah.
gotten in very early on that. You even got to
We're
go
pretty
to
close
the
to shipping the
tournaments.
first CrunchCast game, so yeah.
That is
CrunchCast 3 game. And I've actually flown over there to Germany and met all those guys. A bunch of them came over here, and we got to work the Crytek booth at last GDC, so that was pretty awesome.
I misheard that as work the CrunchCast boob.
Yeah, I did. I worked at the Crytek booth.
Lucky.
Should have been there. I was like, "What's up, girl?" And she just dropped those shorts. No, I actually took some advice from somebody from the
If you're playing
last...
with the boob, why'd she drop her shorts?
Because she didn't want to get them wet, dog. Wait, it's day one shit, bro. You need to get it right.
Day one.
Dog. It's the most contrived sounding things I've ever
I know. I love
say.
it. I always say that kind of stuff as a joke. I'm like sometimes somebody sends me a message. I'm like, "Sup, homie?" I just like this. It's so funny to me. It's real to me, damn it.
A lot of things are...
Gangsta? Sorry. What's up?
John's just cutting out. This is what he's gonna do all night.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, there he goes. He's gone. He just lost his internet connection.
Oh no, that's all right.
So sorry, folks.
We don't need him.
He did-
Let's talk crap about him.
Yeah, that guy.
I can still hear you.
Okay.
That was perfect. Oh, that's so perfect.
No, but I
Yeah, your
Bastards.
video is kind of dogged out for a second. It'll come in though. It happened last time. His video kind of went out for a second. It'll come back. It's just Skype. It's the internet.
okay.
No big deal.
Yeah, the internet connection here is a little funky.
I do like the idea of the live callers or whatever.
Well,
it
they
may be.
wouldn't be live so much as they use this program that allows them to do like a voice message.
Okay.
And they
So
can
then
save
we
that
could
as a
play
file.
that. So it would be like they're live.
Oh, okay. I see.
Or we could do it live, but that would be lame.
Yeah.
Because it usually doesn't work out. All you get is, people calling in like,
Oh, Brian, I love you.
Baba Booey, how are you?
Just tits, disconnect.
I did take one piece of feedback from a young man on Google Plus where, remember the last one we did, John, where I had my new little graphic? I actually had my name and then your name, but you were on the left side if you're facing the screen, and I was on the right side, so it looked like our names were wrong. That's kind of like a nitpicky thing, but he's kind of right. So for this time when I made the graphic, I lined up all the people. I'm going to point at the camera. I lined up all the people.
Excellent.
So
Nice.
our faces right below us are our names.
No, that makes sense. Pay attention to little details like that, and
Yeah.
it's
See how
clear.
folks
Same
are accepting
composition.
your feedback.
See,
Yeah.
'Cause
listen,
we care about you, the customer.
I am here for you and you alone. I don't do this for me, even though I put my name all over it.
Is my video dropping out?
It's good now. Like I
Okay.
said, did you watch the last one you were on?
Yeah, I think I've seen most of it. It's
You probably noticed there are a few moments where your video kind of lags out a little bit or gets kind of behind you, but then it will
yeah.
come back
Okay.
over time. It's just, like I said, I think it's just a thing about, look, if you're on Skype for 90 minutes, something's going to go wrong.
Yeah, that's true.
Now, John, you live in Texas, right? But you're in Australia right now. Is that right?
I'm in Austin, but I'm living on Australia time because I have a contract doing a rush job for 3 days where my artist is in Australia. I need to be there to give constant feedback to hit a date.
okay.
So I'm
Okay.
basically going to be up till probably 7 or 8 in the morning again.
Cool.
Oh man,
It's actually kind of cool. I've never gotten to do that.
That's like old school freelance time.
Yeah.
I got extremely confused because Chris told me that you were on Australian time right now, and I just got confused.
Just the time, not the
Yeah.
country, but that would be cool.
That would be pretty sweet.
It's calling
Yeah.
from across the country.
Oh,
in the ocean. I got some Australian friends. It'd be cool to get them on the show. Hey,
Dude, Brent Waller, we should totally get him on.
we could get old Brent. He's a
Oh
good
yeah,
guy.
Brent.
Dude, have you seen his latest reel? It's amazing.
His latest what?
His latest reel. It's amazing.
Yeah, I was at a site last time we were talking about portfolios, and I was saying, I was like, man, this guy's got a lot of content.
Dude, seriously, he's one of the
I'd
best,
like to see
one of the best environment artists and level designers I've ever seen.
He's a good guy.
Present company excluded.
I know, right? I'm not more. He's more of an exclusive level designer than myself.
Yeah. What don't you do?
Yeah, what don't I do?
Like,
Hey, my
what-
latest level, I'm pretty stoked about this. The end. No, I just started making this
Cool
little
story.
modular dungeon. For me, that's like my old school thing. If you know me, I like making dungeons. I was a dungeon artist at Mythic on Warhammer, and that was my title. So I just love making old school dungeons. And really, what's fun about making them is you can make a little modular dungeon really fast, in my opinion. But that's just because I've done it so many times. So I could just crank these out. But what I've recently gotten into more is making audio, because I've noticed when I make my own levels, there's things that I just don't do, or it's not that I can't do, it's just that I don't do. Like I don't do characters. I mean, I've done them before,
Yeah.
but it's not something I keep up to date on and regularly do.
Colonel Roderick Murder.
Yeah, dude. Dawn War 1, unofficial winner. It didn't win the contest, but it's the most remembered piece. Because
It
people
really is. I still pull up
bring
that
that
concept
up.
all the time and just fucking die laughing.
People bring that thing up to me all the time, like that and Crate DM. But no,
they stole my bucket elephant seal on top of a tank with cans attached to it and rap video hose, and like all up on it with explosions in the background,
And he was
and like a
saying,
big
"Get
like
crunk,"
murder
yeah.
colonel hat. It was amazing.
Yeah.
It's the best piece of concept art I've ever seen in games.
It's I gotta admit, it's pretty good. No, but this thing I was doing, I realized, okay, I said I don't do characters so much, but characters, that's a whole lot of work to make a whole character and get it in game. But sounds, audio really drives a level, like an environment, a lot more than anything else. I mean, besides the art, obviously. But the next thing is, well, what about the sound? How's the audio? How can you tell us more of a story with that? So I've gotten more into this, and I started doing my own audio for levels, and it's fun. I have a keyboard. It's actually right here behind me. I don't know if you can see it. Nope, can't. But I got a keyboard. I got these microphones, and I just go up to the mic and I like crumple paper or shake my keys or John just disappeared again. I don't know if he can hear us right now. So let's talk about him. But anyway, yeah, I got into this sound stuff, and boy, there he is. He's back.
Oh, it's so annoying.
I've been really enjoying this sound stuff. It's just fun to do. It's difficult. I have a lot of problems. If you're a real pro sound guy and you heard my work, you'd be like, oh, it's garbage. Because I admit, it is. I've just now gotten started figuring this out.
I think you're doing all right.
But it's a lot of fun. Like I said, I just enjoy it. I get my little piano, my creepy piano tune in the background. And I'm terrible at playing piano, but
it's good that you're giving it a shot.
You can't just be good at something automatically. It's going to take a long time.
Yeah. And see, I think getting the keyboard was a good idea, because when you started trying to compose music on like that huge floor keyboard, like from Big, I felt like that was a little overwrought. I think the quality of your work has improved dramatically.
Oh yeah, and for me, like I have a bigger project that I'm doing, that Papyrus, that Egyptian sci-fi thing.
Yes.
So that's a bigger art project for me, and I feel like it needs more time and more dedication put into getting the design right and getting all the art right. But I'm also making all the sounds for it. So if I get my practice up on these smaller environments, then I can really tackle that the way it needs to be handled.
Yeah. Save your baby project for later.
So yeah, I'm excited for that stuff.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing more. I mean, that dungeon level you put together is freaking enormous.
It looks big. Check this out. My buddy Michael, the programmer, he's actually a guy I'd like to get on here too, because he's cool and he's from Germany and a programmer. So that's two different things that we haven't had yet. Yeah. But
Germans are programmers?
Yeah.
I thought you had to know Germans rule.
I know, right? No, you got to have German programmers. But he gave me kind of a dicky comment about how maybe the level's too big and it's a little too repetitive.
Maybe you're a little too German.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, come on, whatever. But check this out, Mike. If you're listening right now, you just lost the game. You lost the game, bro. Let me tell you how. You know why? In that video, I'm just walking back and forth in the same room. You just lost the game.
Sounds like
it's not that big of a level. It's not that repetitive. I was walking back and forth in the same room. The only reason I hit record for those sections was because, here's a good sound cue, and I hit record. Boom. Defeated.
See, Chris, this sounds like it has the makings of a good grudge match, cage match. Better bring him on the show. Throw down.
Yeah.
Fly him out here from Germany.
I'm going to fly you out here, and we're going to eat pizzas, cheeseburgers, and have a good time.
Pizza burgers?
We're going to drink. We're going to have so much fun.
Is that like two pizzas with just like a shitload of beef in the middle?
Listen, don't worry about that. Let's talk about something real. When we went out to Germany, all those guys were squares, but I called up my boy Mike. He took the drive, it was like an hour or something up to where we were, and he showed everybody from Ilphonic a good time. He looked up a awesome traditional German restaurant, which no of those other Crytek guys could provide. I'm saying it right now. Bring it. Next time we see you guys, you better show us a good time.
Yeah.
No, they're all great guys, but this guy, he was...
It's like, bring the hospitality, bitches.
Yeah, they were taking us to like their McDonald's. He took us to some place. It was like we drove out in the middle of nowhere, and it was like a building. And outside of this building...
I love buildings.
You didn't see anything. It was just like an old wooden fence. Couldn't hear anything, couldn't see anything. You go past this wooden fence into this door that looks like it goes to nothing. Open it up, huge hall, like a German beer hall, packed with people, eating dinner, having a great time.
Whoa.
We just got the best food and the best beer ever right right there.
That's
and then
crazy.
Then he just, next thing we know, he's like, come over here. And it's same thing. He's this old, looks like an old barn door on the front of this building. Goes in there, there's like a one guy dressed in black, the doorman, the bouncer, for this tiny little door. He opens it up, and we go down these tiny stairs. It looks like you're going to that place where you die in Amnesia, the Dark Descent. Scary as crap. It's Germany. Like, here in the States, everything's new compared to everything in Europe.
Yeah.
Like the buildings over there are just amazing and beautiful. But like I said, you're going on this stone corridor, and oh no, it's horrible. Opens up into like this bar, like a dance floor and everything, and we just had a great time. It's wonderful.
Wasn't there one room that was literally filled from floor to ceiling with smoke?
Yeah,
like
there was one
cigarette smoke
room.
or something?
There was one room, and all it was smokers. And inside of that room there was this tiny little room, and it was the smoking room, as opposed to like here in America, you go outside.
Like you walk, so you walk in that room. And
I didn't go in. I started to go in there, and I'm like, oh yeah.
You automatically get your nicotine fix.
Yeah, dude, I was
right away just by
it was
opening the door.
It was like I had a whole carton of cigarettes just looking at the door.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, these guys went in there. One of my boys
for every
went in
5
there.
minutes you're in there, you get lung cancer.
No shit. He went in there, and he immediately came right out, and he's like, whoa, it's too smoky. And I was like, dude, step back, because he just reeked.
Oh, man.
He went in there for a second and immediately reeked. And then all the other guys that stood in there and smoked cigarettes for a while came out, and they were pretty rough smelling. And I think it was James had this girl all...
I wasn't going to bring that up. But.
James had this girl all over him. I don't know why you wouldn't, because nobody knows who any of these people are. But he had this girl all over him. And I think, he was spitting some game at bitches. And he once he took her out of that room into the light, he had a change of heart. And it was at some point I was, I'm tired, man. We were jet lagged, and we had a great time, but it was very AM-ish at this point already. So I'm like, I'm just ready to go. And I said to one of the guys, I'm like, hey, just want to get a cab out of here. Let's cab right back. And he's like, sure, we're adults here, we can do that. And as soon as he saw us walking towards the door, he freaked out. He's like, are you guys leaving? He was worried that he was gonna get left there.
Yeah.
with Helga. Apparently they referred to her as meth teeth.
Meth teeth.
But I'm sure she was a nice girl.
Yeah, she seemed nice.
But no, Mike Bickle gave us an awesome time in Germany, and we really appreciate it. And
That Mike, yeah.
yeah, it's that Mike, bro, the one that programmed Nano Legends.
Yeah. Cool. I've always wanted to meet him.
He's a good guy.
Which part of Germany does Mike live in? And where were you? I guess
Where all the German people are.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that part.
Yeah.
No, we went to Frankfurt. I can't remember exactly what town he was in at the time, but I think it was like an hour and a half drive up to where we were. And he brought one of his buddies, and his buddy was also super cool.
Okay.
So that was awesome.
And how long has he lived in Germany? Do you know?
No, he's born there.
Oh, he's okay.
He's the real deal.
Okay. I didn't know if you were faking
He's all
the accent
natural.
or not.
Who, me or him?
You.
He's not,
when you did
he's
an
not a fake
impression of
German.
Oh no, I can't do an impression of him. He's got a really cool voice. So anyway, speaking of all around the world, I want to freak Bryan out.
Uh-oh.
All right, this CrunchCast. So things have been going pretty well. You can look at the YouTube statistics and see the exact numbers, but we also have the MP3, which is being downloaded quite a bit, and I've noticed that more people are willing to download an MP3 than sit through a 90-minute YouTube video, whatever. But there's a cat behind you, John. Oh my God.
Oh, yep, that's Niblet.
Is it a house cat?
Yes.
No, It's a
Okay.
mountain cat.
I was worried it was like a lion.
You want to put it on the screen for
Or a
us?
tiger.
You got to put it in front of your face, though. Remember that.
Yeah,
There it is.
that's Niblet.
Niblet.
Ow!
Nice. That's what cats are all about. Hey, check this out. Cat bites you, whatever, just being a cat. Dog bites you, put it down.
Yep.
But yeah, I wanted to run over some quick statistics because this stuff is really interesting. Yeah, I put these together a few weeks ago, these little statistics on how things are really going. But, generally speaking, most of our listeners are coming out of the United States, Canada, the United Kingdom, Sweden, and Finland. So I figure, that's where a majority of game developers probably are, or people with the internet.
Yeah.
But, that's just our most viewers, as in there are literally dozens of people. Literally one person listened to it. No. But, you know, from there we've got like France, Germany, Ireland, Belgium, the Netherlands, Bulgaria, Nigeria, South America, Australia, Tasmania, New Zealand, Colombia, and Brazil.
Nigeria?
Literally dozens of people from those countries are listening, at least one or two.
That's awesome.
And on top of that, we've also got, you know, pretty much all the rest of Europe, Turkey, Saudi Arabia, India, and Japan.
You got international appeal.
It freaks me out to think that in every one of those countries, there's somebody that knows who Brian McConnell is.
I know. It's kind of cool. And I just joined a dating site today too.
Yeah. Your hits are going up.
Ladies.
You know what you should do is you should put in your profile about how you do this show and how all these people know.
Yeah.
I'm internationally known.
I'm
kind of a big deal in Bulgaria.
Yeah, exactly.
One person with a computer in Bulgaria might know who I am.
That's awesome. Like
That's
Bulgaria and
cool.
Nigeria really surprised me.
Well, you know, those countries are. People make a lot of jokes about Nigeria because they had all those internet scammers from there. But if you really look at what that means that means that they've got a pretty good internet infrastructure going out there.
I was reading recently, Nigeria has 167 million people currently, and in 2050 they're projected to have over 400 million people. They're going to be bigger than America in less than 40 years.
It's a booming country.
Yeah.
When you say
and
when you look at
Ethiopia too, it's going to be bigger than America in less than 40 years. Like I never thought these countries were very big, but I was reading this awesome census data, and they're huge, crazy, just big and developing. I had no idea.
Yeah, one of the things that's very. If you're an American, you're bombarded by this America is number one thing, and you're not necessarily getting a lot of real facts.
That is very true.
It's just part of how the culture is here, and what people don't understand is there's a lot of places where there's a lot more people.
Yeah.
You know, we were downgraded recently as a country, so. I mean,
yeah, we're on probation for being considered people. It's pretty bad.
It should be no surprise as to why we started outsourcing most of our jobs. It's because a lot of people in America tend to be more, at least the upcoming generation tends to be a little bit more lazy, in my opinion. I know that's very general.
Well, lazy
broad.
might not be the right word.
Yeah.
Entitled.
Yeah, entitled.
I would say.
That's the word I was thinking.
Okay.
Entitled.
But it seems like, I mean, there's a whole bunch of, I don't remember what the statistic is, but something about there's more high school degrees in India than there's more college degrees in India than there is high school degrees in America or something.
Well, yeah, but you got over 1 billion people there. So
exactly.
You got to look at that statistically.
Yeah,
but nevertheless, there's some good people out there. When I was working at Mythic, I was an outsourcing environment lead, and I was working with a company out of Hyderabad, India, and out of Shanghai, China, and all great people. You know,
very dedicated.
They're immensely talented. In India and China, a lot of art studios out there actually have their own schools built in, and they anywhere from like a 6-month to 2-year training program for artists. And the lead artists that work, in many cases, the lead artists that work at the art outsourcing studio themselves have to go and teach at the school. And then the best of the graduating class get hired on as like interns or very low level people, and then they get hired and get promoted from within. They self-develop their own culture through their own school and curriculum. It's really interesting. It's surprisingly common.
Wow,
it's amazing and really inspiring.
Yeah.
When I went to China,
they do good things.
I feel like a piece of crap right now.
Oh, shucks. Nah, you went to college. You're doing your best here.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're really amazing. When I went to China, I went to Shanghai and Nanjing and got to tour a lot of these studios. And they have studios anywhere from the smallest one I saw was like 40 people. The largest one I saw had like I think 600 to 800 people across 3 or 4 different cities across China, and they're amazing. I mean, so many. I mean, I think China gets kind of a bad rap for some of the crappier art studios, where like they may not understand English very well. Sometimes that does happen, but they think they may not understand English very well. They may not be the most creative. You have to really handhold them, stuff like that. But I got to see like the top tier art studios out there, and the artists there When I've worked at amazing studios and worked with incredible artists, and like in the Western world, it's really easy to pinpoint like, okay, here's one just crazy rock star artist like Pure Oberson or Benoit Regenbal. Over there, I saw rooms full of like 100 people of that skill level. I mean, at each different studio.
It's ridiculous.
Many good people. Just no ego, super talented, really plugged into Western culture, crazy passionate, and just ultra talented and loving what they do. It was so inspiring to see such pure enthusiasm and passion.
Yeah.
And
It's such a talent pool thing there. Like you said,
oh yeah,
a billion people, you're going to end up with thousands of amazing artists. When you're pulling from a few 100 million compared to a billion, man.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
that's just statistics.
And those are really really highly sought after jobs too. And like the biggest thing that struck me was I've worked with a lot of artists of just all different skill levels. I've worked with some really crappy, really egocentric, super high-end artists that are just really bitchy. Like they may put in like a 5 or 6 hour day, and then just bitch about having to redo something when their whole job is to produce concepts or something like that. These guys pull down anywhere from 150 to 300K a year, and they're bitching about having to put in like a full 6 hour day.
Yeah,
and there are rooms full of people in China. They're just as good as them, but are just totally have no ego, love what they do, happy to be there,
and would probably be willing to do it for free just because
you know what
they love it so much.
I say this to
not
young
even-
artists all the time. I say, hey,
It's not even
did
a
you
cost
get a...
thing. I mean, like the biggest thing is it's not even a cost thing. It's just they want it, and in many cases they want it more than we do. And that made me think, just like, oh my God, I totally read China and India wrong just because I've worked with sort of lower end art studios before. These guys
true.
love it, they want it. And this, I really want to, I'm trying to tell more people about that in America. Just, we need to get rid of this entitlement culture, get rid of this bullshit. Just look at the pure love and passion for the game that they have. They want it more. We need to just, step up the competition and just realize, we love what we do. We don't need the ego, to have the ego doing it. We just need to kick ass and start competing, or they're going to eat our lunch.
Yeah.
You have the talent.
One of the things that I say to like younger artists all the time is, I'll hear exactly what you're talking about. They'll be like, oh, this, that, and the other, and redoing this, and I don't understand the plan, and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, well, let me ask you this. It's a simple yes or no question. Did you get a paycheck this week?
Yeah.
And then they go, yeah. And I go, you should shut up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the problem? Somebody is paying you to do what you love to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get to sit there and make games. You get to make art for games or whatever for games. I mean, like I said, I make and release little game levels all the time just for free. I don't care about making money. I just want to have fun. I just want people to like play this game and enjoy it. Read this tutorial and learn something. Or I don't even care if you enjoy it. I'm just having fun. It's whatever.
Yeah, just do it for the love of the game. I mean,
Just love it,
like
yeah.
when it's one of the art studios I visited in Shanghai, Winking. Oh my God, those guys are incredible. Just wonderful hosts, great artists. They're a THQ exclusive company, and they outsource art for basically every THQ game ever. And I was art outsourcing development manager on Darksiders 2. And I was there, doing like just a presentation describing what the game is about, what we're looking to outsource, and all that. There was a line of artists from the studio that heard that that I was there, like me and the development outsourcing development manager.
Jones.
Well, not just me, the outsourcing guy from the Warhammer 40,000 MMO. They heard we were there, but there were a bunch of guys that were at the studio. They're huge Darksiders fans. They lined up outside the door and were asking just to be let in so they could see, like this is awesome. We love Darksiders. We love Joe Mad's art. We can't wait to see what's in Darksiders 2. Will you let us in? It's just like, a lot of people think, Chinese art studio, sweatshop, whatever. No, this is the coolest working space I've ever seen. These guys are total badasses, and they're like, oh my God, we love this game. We want to see it. It's just like, man, just the energy, the excitement. It was really inspiring and so fucking cool to see. I loved it there. Just, I get so jazzed about it. It's amazing.
I'm so happy.
I am. I'm a happy guy. I love what I do.
Well, that's our job, is to make people enjoy what it is that we create.
Oh,
we're supposed to create
yes.
emotion.
Yeah.
And
I
we get
created
paid
this
do
game
it.
to make people mad.
Yeah.
Was that the first couple Splinter Cells?
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe.
I'm going to grab a beer real quick. I'll be right back, gentlemen.
Oh, jeez. I totally wanted to get a drink too.
I have never played a Tom Clancy.
Oh, John, you jerk.
Oh, he
How do
put his
I-
headphones right next to the mic.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
How do I mute this jerk? Yeah, thank you.
I was like, wait, that's me. Hold on.
That guy. So me and Bryan, we like to work out. I've been getting in shape, getting strong, getting tough, and riding my bike. I'm gonna ride my bike every single day of the summer. That's my goal.
I can see Chris's abs now.
Oh, you should see these things. Ugh. I haven't had a carb since 1997. Remember that Step Brothers movie?
Yeah.
That dude raises up his shirt and he's all oiled up. He just... Who has like oiled up abs under his shirt all day? That joke just killed me.
Dude, that whole movie is amazing.
It's a funny movie.
I put that on my profile. That and Anchorman are two of my favorite movies.
We could do that. We could have a whole episode about movies. You know, speaking of movies, just really quick, we should talk about that Workaholics show.
Okay.
There's that new show on Comedy Central. They've actually gone through the whole first season. I don't even know it's on reruns right now. I don't even have cable at home, but it's called Workaholics. It's basically about these three guys that work in a telemarketing, but none of that even matters. It's just three goofball guys having a crazy time, and it's a funny show.
I enjoy it a lot.
At first, I was a little like, I wasn't so sure, but I kind of got into it, especially that episode about the brag guy. That was...
I'm trying to think.
It was the guy that was basically like he kind of looks like he has a mental illness.
Oh, yeah,
like he's slumped over and he has like a really crossed eye.
Yeah.
And he kind of talks like that. But the whole episode is about how awesome this guy is. Like
his character was amazing.
Dude, every situation. It's the funniest thing was how they made this guy like, it's not judging a book by its cover.
Yeah.
Was the fact that this guy, he looks like, maybe he's not all there, but he was... Every little bit in this episode is about how awesome he is, and how many awesome things he does. But anyway,
John, have you seen that show?
I have not. Chris,
it's pretty funny.
The other day.
I think it's worth giving it a shot. I gotta touch on one topic since we're on Workaholics.
Touch on it. I gotta fill my drink.
Okay. For some reason, Chris is very turned off by my favorite character, and I don't really understand why.
Turned off. I said he has that face you want to punch.
Okay, Chris says he has a face that you want to punch, and I can see it because we have a friend of the work of our coworkers that looks very similar to this guy, and he also acts very similar. And this guy, who I'm not going to name him, but he is the type of guy that you do want to punch at times, but.
Just to quickly defend myself, this show is about three characters of severe character flaws. Like, these guys aren't really that great. So this guy.
But Adam's the best one because he's got the most character flaws.
But that's what I was saying. What Bryan was kind of taking it out of context was it was in the first few episodes I didn't like this guy, but. After especially once they get to the bodybuilding episode, dude, I was sold.
Oh yeah, I was laughing.
I really like him after that.
I was rolling on the floor.
Oh God, okay, I just googled Adam Devine. Yeah, I want to punch. Yeah, that's a punchable face.
You want to punch him already, and you haven't even seen the show yet. It's pretty good. Definitely give it a view.
I will.
Sit through the
just
first
loaded
couple
up
episodes before you just decide to not watch the series. But
okay.
Yeah, definitely give it a shot.
If I'm able to watch it online somewhere, I definitely will. I'm looking for more stuff to kind of chew through. I'm a total media whore, and I when I find a new show I watch every episode there's ever been in order before doing anything else or watching anything else. I'm really obsessed.
I thought I was the only one. I watch all of my episodes chronologically.
Oh, dude, absolutely! It's the only way to do it.
I'm on season 14, I think, of South Park right now, and I don't know.
Yeah.
And it's because I have to buy the DVDs and I have to watch all the episodes and then maybe watch some of the commentary. But I have to watch them in order because it's just so much better. You get the whole story, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, you get more of a flavor of it. And you see kind of how the show changes over time. Like, I feel like I still love the show. It's one of my favorite shows ever. But I feel like it lost a lot of its heart around like season 9. It just got like a little bit more tired and cynical. It's still funny as hell.
I think it lost its art as soon as the World of Warcraft. What was it called? Either way, the World of Warcraft episode in South Park, as soon as it hit that, like, that was a very good episode, don't get me wrong, but after that, it was just literally like, let's take whatever's popular right now and then just completely blow it out of proportion. And that's what every episode has been up until currently, actually.
Yeah, and those guys are so tired now, though.
Yeah, they've got to be. I mean,
Something that blew me away, though. Okay, so an average Family Guy or Simpsons episode takes 8 months to produce, start to finish. A single South Park episode takes 6 days. They don't outsource anything. They do it all in the same house, or like in the same building. Their production team is just completely crazy. They'll pull like 16, 20-hour days, 6 days a week, and they'll have like the idea, like they'll come up with the ideas that week, and then have a completely produced episode at the end of it. Like remember the Janet Reno episode?
That is the episode.
Alien Gonzalez.
Yeah, you're right. That was
they
the
sent
episode that
Comedy
everybody
Central.
references because it happened that day.
Yeah.
And the next day, they had that picture where the dude comes in, that famous iconic picture where the guy comes in, they take him and he's in the closet.
Gun
Alien
in his
Gonzalez
face.
is in the closet. Yeah, the gun in the face. And they had that in an animated cartoon show the next day. That is ridiculous.
that's pretty awesome. Also, wasn't the episode where Obama was elected president? Didn't that air the night that he was elected? And they made like
yeah,
I
they
don't
made
know if
like,
that's true.
They
or
made
not,
the whole episode
but
in a way that it could go with whoever
Either McCain
won.
or-
yeah. But
okay.
then they switched it. You know.
that is
That was such a
dedication.
good episode.
Yeah. Trey Parker and Matt Stone still are one of my biggest inspirations.
Those
They
guys
got me. They got me through
powerhouses.
college. They got me through college.
And what's the funniest movie ever made?
Um,
Team America, World Police.
okay,
Yes.
I was gonna say basketball, but I like sports, so
No, basketball's pretty funny.
I love
And you know
never
what? If
seen
you
basketball.
haven't seen, it's pretty.
Orgasmo's great though.
Orgasmo's great, but really, one of my favorites of theirs is Cannibal the musical.
Oh yeah,
I haven't seen that one either.
I think
Really?
I don't
filmed
do
it-
musicals.
It is filmed
It's
in
not.
Colorado.
It's not. Dude, by them calling it a musical, it has just as much music as all their other shows. All their other movies have a lot of songs.
Okay,
Because that's what Trey Parker's
I
into.
hear
They
music
just call
like
it
run the
that.
opposite direction, just typically speaking.
You're messing up, bro. You need to get your life together. I don't know what's wrong, but if you want to have a long sit down and talk about this,
So this whole
Well,
episode was an intervention just for that, wasn't it?
intervention for John
Trey-
Jones.
Trey Parker studied.
We need to get you into musicals.
He studied to become a composer at CU.
Really?
Is it CU or was it CSU? I think it's CU.
Either way, dude, he's famous out here in Colorado. You know
Yeah.
what? The CrunchCast is coming to you from Denver, Colorado. If you like Denver, if you like Colorado, send money.
To who? Just
Have you ever- have you
you or
actually-
Denver?
Just me.
Just
Yeah,
address
yeah,
it.
and
Just
to
on the
Denver.
envelope, just say Denver.
Denver.
Then your return address and just as much money as you can fit in.
Oh, dude, we would love
Denver appreciates it.
it. We love it.
Have any of you guys ever actually been to South Park or Fairplay? I guess it's called.
I haven't.
just-
No.
I'm
I'm
not
just
sure.
curious. I drove
I
right by.
thought
I
they-
drove right by it, but.
I thought they were like in Littleton around there.
Well, no, it's based specifically like that whole area, but there's a few other things that it's based on, as well as that. One of the interesting things about that you bring up, Brian, is that I really think is, especially if you're out here in Colorado, they go to real places.
Yeah.
In Colorado, Casa Bonita is a real place. We've been
Oh.
there.
and it's yeah.
A lot of the restaurants that they go to are real places out here. Like there was one episode where they were talking about like Butters was having a problem with an erection, so he needed to get a hooker, and so the
Yes.
bar lady told him to go down on
Colfax, yeah.
And if you ever hang out on Colfax, you
Yeah.
know. I don't need to. I'm just gonna say no more. It's not really that
You're
bad.
in luck.
There's a lot of awesome things on Colfax. Colfax is a very long road. But there's a specific part of it that gets a little hairy, gets a little spooky.
Okay, I'm gonna
time.
look this up after this.
Look up what the Casa Bonita's real.
No, Colfax. I don't know where I heard it, and I don't know if it's. I definitely don't know if it's true or not because I'm gonna look it up after this.
But if hookers
But
are
I've heard-
involved, I'm intrigued.
I've
that what
heard
you're getting at, Brian?
Well, I've heard Colfax is like the longest. I don't know
Oh,
what it
yeah.
is. The longest road in America, or something.
It's something like that, dude. It goes forever.
Yeah, longest avenue. maybe?
Isn't Casa Bonita own Colfax?
Yes,
That's
yeah.
right.
It's
You
on
go
the north
way
side.
down Colfax. You know, if you're at the Capitol, it's way down.
Yeah,
But yeah, and there's Casa Bonita in this strip mall
yeah.
next to like a nail salon and like probably karate. Who knows?
Last
Dude,
I was there.
that's my one of my oldest favorite jokes is every strip mall is like nails, karate,
tanning, some sort of tanning booth.
Probably a Subway.
Yeah, it's got to be a Subway.
Some kind of restaurant. Often there's like a tax place too, or this is my additions to the joke is there's a place to do taxes next to a get your cash fast, like a checks cash place.
Yeah.
Because we remember we were walking down the street and there's one on Broadway.
Yeah.
It's a taxes and then checks cash place and then a Brazilian jiu-jitsu and like nails and what is it called? What is it called? Like real Chinese food or something? It's some ridiculously humorous name. Oh God. And we forgot it. But no, it's the perfect cookie cutter strip mall.
Yeah. Yeah, very much so.
Dude, I just looked up Colfax Avenue. It is Playboy called it the longest, wickedest street in America. It's 26 miles long.
Wow.
Straight line. Too.
Yeah.
It's
crazy. I was just looking at the map. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, there's some awesome stuff on Colfax, man. There's like is it Ogden?
Yeah.
And the Bluebird, and they're both on. Is the
I
Bluebird or what's the other
Bluebird? Amphitheater. Is it?
There's a few really awesome
It's
spots.
an amphitheater, but I can't remember what it is.
Like
That
we
might
saw
be like Gothic.
we saw Tim and Eric Night Live at the Ogden.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, that was pretty fun.
I saw Soulfly at the Ogden.
Nice. I'm so jealous.
I saw Cannibal Corpse at the other one. That's on that same on Colfax, but another street with like
I know you talked
Hatebreed
about that. Yeah.
and a few other. Yeah, but yeah, I go to shows as much as I can. But hopefully, I got a guy. We want to do a whole podcast about heavy metal music.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be in on that one.
Because Brian, what did we say
I'll just
earlier?
Be sitting here. I'll just be.
Brian was like, I heard that one.
Oh yeah.
But
Cradle of Filth.
I heard that one Cradle of Filth song.
Yeah.
Because when they were coming to town, yeah, usually when a band comes to town, I'll like send an email out to people that might be interested. And if it's like bands that they don't know or bands that I don't even know, I'll try to look them up and find a track of them and link it in, like from YouTube video or something like that.
Oh, that's cool.
So that
Public service.
Get the word out. And this one song is pretty nice. Like Cradle of Filth. It's,
I think I'm in love with the chick.
I'm kind of an older school Cradle of Filth fan. Back when they were just like really dirty and like old school black metal, but they've kind of some of their newer stuff is a bit more evolved and cleaned up, so they have cleaner vocals, and that brings in a wider audience. So that's good.
Cool. But link me to that song later. And by the way, if there are any acts coming up there that you think that I would enjoy and you get like enough lead time on it, let me know. I would actually like plan a trip out there. I remember when we went to that metal show when I was up there last year.
That one was
who's
just
that
totally
again?
out of
Overkill?
Yeah, it was totally out of the blue. I actually hadn't heard of a lot of the guys at all. I knew like Vader and a few others, but this was literally just a random show. I was like, oh, this is just happening, and you're here. Let's go to it. It was one of those.
Yeah,
deals.
that was freaking awesome.
So there's always
that's the first time I'd ever been to like a full-on mosh pit. I got my lip busted, and almost got my jaw broken. It was freaking great.
Yes.
what I was doing is John was kind of wallflowering by the side, which is cool. Early on in the pit, that's what you do. You hang out around the pit. Unless you're a young guy. If you're a young guy, you can jump right in. Us older guys, we got to kick back on the side and drink our beers to loosen up our joints and stuff, but get us going, and then we jump in. But the cool thing about being a little bit older is usually, a lot of metal shows, unless you go to like some really classic old school metal, whereas a lot of the older guys, a lot of the guys are just young kids. And if you're 21 and under, and you listen to metal, I don't usually see a lot of giant guys compared to just people that look like kids. You know what I mean? Like, not to take anything away from it. Yeah, there's a lot of big guys, but generally speaking, most younger people are smaller than older people because they're younger.
Yeah.
So old metal fans never stop growing.
Yeah, but since I've gotten a lot older and put on a little bit more weight, I can usually get into the mosh pit and have a great time and not have to worry about anything, unless there's this one guy that always. He's good. He's cool guy. I see him at almost all the shows. Big dude, always wearing like a Brazil shirt or something like that. And man, he stepped on my steel-toed boots one time and it just crushed my foot.
Ouch.
Oh.
He's a big dude, but most of the time
Steel-toed boots too.
Yeah, most of the time it's pretty cool. Anyway, we should talk about something else because, like I said, I'd like to save that for the metal podcast.
So games. Brian, what got you into games?
Well, I've talked about this before, but I've always liked.
Well, now you've had time to really think about it.
Yeah. I've always enjoyed drawing, and and I had to decide on what to do. Like as soon as I graduated high school, I had to decide what I was going to do.
I was sure you were just going to say dig dug.
And I was thinking about keeping with the whole carpet installing, but I decided not to
spray
do
a carpet or a rug.
Just limited creative.
I used to install carpet and tile and vinyl. I don't think I've ever done hardwood, but
oh wow, I've never known this about you, Bryan.
Yeah, I used to.
Wow, we've done so many podcasts together, and I'm still learning about you. A new story every time. Keep going. I'm so excited about carpet.
Yeah, I mean you can see why I didn't really want to stay in that industry. So
that's like hard labor. That's difficult work.
Yeah, and it's something that you can't do forever, and it also doesn't often come with benefits and that kind of stuff. There's nothing against doing that if that's what you want to do.
But what you're saying, like if your knee or your back goes out and you can't work,
it's
money. Obviously, if you're an artist and your hand breaks,
or you get stabbed in the eyeball or something.
Stabbed in the eye, or actually, carpal tunnel is a real problem.
Oh my. It's a phobia of mine.
Well, if you
phobia.
just keep working out, you won't have to worry about it ever.
Okay, good.
Did you know yoga cures carpal tunnel? Apparently.
Really?
Yeah. Every time, I've had multiple surgeries on my arm, not related to sports as a child, but because I break my arm because I'm dumb. So this arm gets really, really messed up. Like it hurts bad from carpal tunnel, real easy. I mean, I've got plates in here, all kinds of screws and pins. So when carpal tunnel kicks in on this arm, it is brutal. And as soon as it happens, I just start stretching and exercising it aggressively, and it goes away. It takes a few days because all that aggressive stretching, exercising also causes soreness on top of the pain. But once that heals up, man, it is gone for months. I don't have to worry about it.
Good.
But what I try to do is stretch regularly and don't worry about it ever.
Yeah.
But sometimes I don't do cleans.
So yeah, I basically decided to put together a sketchbook, and that was my portfolio to get into college. And then after that, I spent 4 years in college and finally decided that I'm a kind of a generalist, but I really like animation and illustration, so I do illustration on the side. But
you can draw. Bryan can draw really well.
I wouldn't say really well, but
I've seen your characters, like cartoon characters and stuff, and once you spend the time on it, it's professional quality stuff, and there's nothing you can really argue with there. And you can draw cartoon characters that look like legit cartoon characters to me. I can draw stuff I did comics. I did a comic a while back, and it was really crappy.
Yeah.
But it was all right. I mean, it's good enough.
It was.
But you can draw stuff that looks like legit. That looks like a character out of the Land Before Time.
I would like to get more consistent, because usually I can do a good pose for one character, but I can't use that same character and draw another different pose, because that's pretty difficult.
Oh, this like a character concept where it's all these different angles.
Yeah.
That's a professional concept artist.
2D animators are very inspiring, and I don't know. It's just amazing what they can do with nothing but a sheet of paper and a pencil. So.
Oh yeah, you saw that Aristocrats.
Yeah.
Pencil test video.
Yeah.
From the YouTubes.
I mean, I've done.
I thought that was really cool.
I've done old pencil tests and stuff, and it's pretty. It's fun. It's a lot of fun, but it is not easy.
Oh God. Drawing every frame.
Yeah, they're literally drawing I don't know how many frames. Probably 24 frames per second.
Probably.
Just 1 second, 24 drawings,
Oof,
and then on top of that, you got. Yeah. So I went with 3D animation, but I still do 2D on the side. I made a fat guy run not too long ago. That was pretty fun.
That's awesome. Just kind of practicing it, outside of work, to kind of keep yourself sharp and keep things, varied and interesting.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
John's getting low quality over here.
Ah.
No big deal.
We can still hear you. We can still understand you.
It's just the audio and the video is
enunciate.
So hey, you know what's really funny about this whole thing? The way our cameras are set up. Me and Bryan are kind of set up around the same height and all that. But your head, John, your head feels like your whole screen. And so it's you have this giant head.
Well, I do kind of have an enormous head.
You can't.
But I don't have a proper webcam. It's just the one that's built into my laptop. So.
Hey, it's perfect. It's perfect.
You're doing great. Everybody loves you.
Smile.
Oh, gosh. So Bryan, you said you went to you went to school for 4 years. Where'd you go?
The Art Institute in Denver.
AI.
Yeah,
How'd you feel
We can
about it?
see that from our Illusponic studio.
yeah, and it's actually a very nice school. I like it a lot. So,
Cool.
sorry, what'd you
I-
ask, John?
Oh no, I was just asking, how you felt about it. I've heard really mixed things about a lot of different art institutes, just depending on which one you go to. I've heard decent things about Denver, though.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of decent things about Denver too, compared to like some of the other ones like on the East Coast and stuff. But
Full Sail's popular around our work.
Yeah.
We got 3 guys from Full Sail. We used to have 2 guys from the AI.
Full
Oh,
Sail,
yeah, we did, yeah.
that's a fucking good school. I've known a lot of really crazy talented people come out of there. I think it's not technical director. I think it's like a step below. It's like lead programmer Ready at Dawn was a Full Sail graduate, and those guys, the engineering team there, are absolutely second to none. They have some crazy talented students coming out of there. I respect them very much, and I'm a dick about schools.
Hey, John.
Yeah.
Can I recall you on Skype real quick, as if it fixes you up?
Yeah, go for it.
'Cause your audio's getting really cranky.
Sure. Okay.
Boom.
bye.
Get out of my life, John Jones. Just kidding. We're calling him back.
Well, when he does come to visit, we should get him on for a live podcast
Yeah,
here.
yeah, obviously.
Obviously, yeah.
Is this better?
Yeah. Oh, this is great.
Much better. Yeah.
Cool.
There we
Oh,
go.
and your head's even bigger. Okay, there we go. Perfect.
One thing I would like to say about the Art Institute in Denver, I can speak specifically for that art institute because I went there, but I can't speak for other art schools. But it seemed like art schools will accept anybody. I mean, that's just very general. But at the Art
Yeah.
Institute, for sure, they didn't really care who came in because art is very subjective. So you can't like grade art technically. But so they would accept anybody, and then you get a lot of, like, I hate to be rude, but you get a lot of stupid people that
Yeah.
would literally ask a question that was just explained, or they would keep asking the same question
What's
just
a-
because they can't understand
What's
it.
a vertex?
Oh no. What's a vertice?
Yeah. What's?
That drives me crazy.
What do you mean save?
Yeah, so
Look, I don't even know what this Windows thing is. What's going on here?
so basically a majority of the instructor's time was spent re-explaining everything and to the students who weren't even that dedicated to begin with. So the really
Oh, you're
dedicated
wasting a lot of
students,
time.
the really dedicated students didn't
Yeah.
get much time with the instructors that they wanted to
James
hear.
seemed kind of critical about that place for the same reason.
Well, he actually
And James,
instructed them.
yeah, James actually went back as an animator. He went back and became a teacher.
Yeah,
What is his word for it?
I guess it'd
We
be
all
like
called him professor because it's cool to say.
temp instructor or something.
Something
like
like that.
he was an instructor for a
Yeah,
full quarter.
but I'm
so-
pretty sure that those kids that he gave a course for probably got a good insight. God bless you.
Sorry.
But I'm sure they got a really good insight on the game industry because he definitely paid his dues helping get Ilphonic up to speed.
Oh yeah.
So
And that's so important. I mean, just finding people. There's the whole thing, those that can't teach. But I feel, I've been hearing a lot more art schools and game development schools, like the Guildhall or the Gemini School of Visual Art and Design here in Cedar Park, north of Boston. They're actually starting to get currently employed game developers in there to teach, to teach the students actual current modern day relevant skills. It's not always perfect. Like I heard about one school that brought on a 3D modeling guy that taught people how to make game art by using splines for everything.
weird.
And just lofting extrusion and all sorts of crazy shit. But for the most part, it seems like there's sort of a movement to get more real industry professionals in there to actually teach, which I think is a move in the right
I
direction.
think that's the best idea. I don't
Sure.
think
Yeah,
anyone-
absolutely.
Yeah.
I could be into something like that.
Would you want to teach?
I don't know, man. It's weird. I like making stuff. I
Yeah.
like helping people out.
I'm actually talking to a major art school about teaching a class on outsourcing, contracting, sort of the business side of everything. That's still kind of
freelancers are
I can't
always
take-
asking questions. That's a
Oh, yeah.
big. There's no real. How do you freelance? How do you do that? There's no real answer to that.
No, and some people suck at it, man.
Sorry.
All I do is deal with contract artists and art studios, and something I really do try to. Well, I tend to work on smaller projects that have smaller budgets, and so they're not necessarily able to afford the best artists in the world. So I'll take some guys that are somewhat green, and I try to shepherd them along and teach them, like kind of teach them the ropes as I go, and be a buffer between a client demanding and expecting exactly this and being generally pretty professional and used to dealing with contractors, and then the freelance artist that may not be super up to speed or know exactly what's going on, but I can kind of help them along and teach them as I'm working with them and sort of managing them along. I say it as sort of like my part of trying to create a better overall climate. So and so there'll be better artists. Clients will find better artists and try to kind of raise people up, because there's not like really a school or a class or a course on teaching you how to freelance. I mean, you're in a purely service-based business, and you have to be on top of your shit all the time, and you have to be really skilled at a variety of things. I mean, more than just art. You have to go out there, do networking, do business development. You have to handle your administrative work, billing, invoicing, harassing clients for money. I mean, that's a completely different skill set from just purely making art. And a lot of people think they can just go like, okay, I got laid off from a studio job, I'm just gonna start freelancing, and have no idea what the hell to do.
Yeah, I tell you honestly, even as long as I've been in the industry right now, if I say, if I'm gonna go into freelancing, the only thing I'd do is I would just ask you, I'd be like, hey John, help me out, because that's all I know. I mean, if it did, I would immediately go into a bunch of other contexts if things got serious. But
yeah, well, that's the kind of thing. Well, with my business, just do a little self-pimpage. That's one of the things I'm trying to do. I want to be like as best I can the contact point for. I want to have a league of really, really kick-ass artists I know and can trust, or can help kind of train up a little bit on the job, and have really cool clients that I know aren't going to be just total dickbags, and try and make like good connections there. So I'm always meeting artists, trying to bring them in, hooking them up with work, all that sort of thing. Whenever there's a layoff, I always try to find out the names of all the artists, so I can try and hook them up with contract work and stuff like that. That's a huge part of what I do. And yeah, like if you ever want to start contracting, just talk to me, dude.
Oh yeah, we've worked together
I'm out
before,
there.
so.
I know everybody.
That's pretty cool.
Everybody.
That's one of the reasons why I'm doing this podcast, is because I want to get better at knowing like other people. It's like a good networking thing.
If you want to talk about networking,
totally, dude.
But I also want to be famous.
If you want to talk about networking, basically everybody that knows me and John knows who you are now.
Okay, well that's good.
you're through the power of osmosis, you are known.
Okay, good.
I
hope I'm known in a good way. I hope I'm known in a good way.
Yeah. You know what you really need to do is just get some of your get your site.
I know.
And put up your old site if you want, because you've got some pretty dope stuff. Just so people can be like, oh, this is who this guy is anyway, as opposed to like just going to your Twitter feed and seeing all these weird jokes. Like, is this guy a stand-up comic? Because on the podcast he doesn't say anything.
I try to be funny.
You are pretty funny on that.
You're a sit-down comic.
Yeah. You sit down and read a book.
Well, the whole goal all through high school is to just make people laugh. Like that was my entire reason for living. Yeah.
Ah, Jinx.
Jinx.
You owe me a Coke. Jinx, you owe me a Coke twice.
Shit. Does that mean I can't talk the rest of the podcast?
It'll be just like normal.
Okay. Yeah.
Nice. That was a fun bit of jokes we had there. Look at John. He's making signals to his girl or something.
Let's make sure I'm not driving her crazy.
Is she there?
Girl,
Can she hear us? She can.
No,
is she in on our man talk? I heard her. She said something. She's talking about me. I know.
Yeah, she's just chilling.
She said.
By the way, completely
Brian,
random. Do
take
what?
off your shirt. She said, "Brian, take off your shirt."
She did say that.
Yeah. Anyway, what'd you say?
Actually, if you saw Brian, I mean, you'd want to.
Dude, Brian's got the best camera. People that are watching this video right now, like I bought the two cheapest cameras they had. But there's something about, maybe it's the lighting or the position or something, but Brian comes in clearer than I ever do. I sit here and mess around with lighting and everything, just trying to get myself to not be so grainy. But I'm always so grainy and Brian's so clear.
You're just naturally grainy. Chris, you're just naturally grainy in person.
But you know what? Years ago I was censored, and I had this mosaic over my face.
Okay.
It was a dark time of your life.
It's slowly starting to clear up to this much.
I remember when your voice sounded like it's like how they have like the silhouetted anonymous interviews and they have
and it's just like
yeah. I remember there's a good 6 months there. That's the only way you could talk.
Yeah, I remember going down to this ice. This is where I saw the body down by the river.
Rolling dude.
I saw the killer escaping by boat.
You ever seen that show Delocated on Adult Swim? That show is super funny, and it's based on a skit from Conan O'Brien, where it was on the really really old original NBC late night with Conan O'Brien, whatever it was. This guy, he did this bit where it was the.
It's a little difficult to explain.
It is kind of.
I don't think I.
He's in the FBI. What did they call that?
Secret. No, not
Secret Service.
Protective. Something.
Witness protection program.
Witness protection program.
That's it.
Thank you. Witness protection program. So he's wearing like a ski mask over his face, and he has the
voice modulator and songs like that.
Oh,
but he's
seen
the
previews of that, yeah.
impressionist. He's the witness protection program impressionist. So every since he's got the voice modulator, every impression he does sounds the same. He's like
This is Wayne Newton. Hey everybody, this is Wayne Newton. Thank you. Hey.
yes. Anyway, they base this whole show kind of on this gag, and it's a really funny show. I can't get over how funny it is.
It's really well done. I've only seen a couple episodes, but it's another one that's worth watching, John. Give it a shot.
Anyway,
Okay.
why did we even talk about that? Jeez.
I don't know.
You're grainy.
I remember John saying, and I quote, onto a random topic or something like that. Okay, I can't quote it. I'm sorry, I can't.
Yeah. No, that was...
I get it.
I am highly quotable. Actually, yeah, I was just I have like this little desktop widget talking about for the weather, and it just refreshed. And apparently, so I'm in Austin. We just hit the record for I think what was it, like 70 straight days of 100+ degree temperatures. It's gonna be 109 on Saturday and Sunday. God, I fucking hate it here.
You guys are so crazy.
Yeah.
It was 97. Was it today or yesterday? I think yesterday. Here. It's been pretty hot summer. But we've also got a lot of rain here, which I know you guys need it bad down there.
Oh yeah, like our entire
nothing-
state's literally just like a major drought zone. It's like a national emergency. It was officially declared because it's so fucked up.
Get Texas some water.
Nothing is more forced small talk than when we go into the weather.
So I really
What a
wasn't trying.
joke! How dare you?
I was just bitching.
I
It's a serious thing going on down there.
It reminded me of how much I enjoy the very dry climate here in Colorado.
Yeah.
Because I just got back from Philadelphia.
Oh God.
And while we were in Philadelphia, we drove to New Jersey, and I ran that boardwalk that goes from Atlantic City south. I ran that, and as soon as I got back in, like I just literally had sweat and water, like a thick layer of sweat and water just all over my body, and it's just because, well, some of it was sweat, obviously, but mostly it was the humidity. And
Ugh.
I don't
Did you
know,
say, is it hot in here or is it just me?
Yeah.
Well, from
The
how Chris,
East Coast
from how
is
Chris
very-
talks about you, wanting you always take off your shirt, I'm just imagining this entire thing. It's like in real life.
It's like a
being
wet
in slow
T-shirt
motion.
contest, and he
It's like
won.
actual slow motion in real life.
I'm always trying to like challenge myself to do the next manliest thing, and someday it's gonna kill me. But you know
Yeah,
what?
it's gonna die.
As long as someone laughs the day I die, I'm fine with it.
That's cool. Yeah, I was
A lot of
born
people laugh
in
the day I die.
I was born in South Carolina, so that down there in the summer it has like 100% humidity every day. So I know what you're saying as far as weather, man. You can cut the air with a knife.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
So
Hey,
Or
did you
Texas
hear
is
this
like-
discussion earlier where we said it's the coolest way to die?
No.
no. What's this?
Well, not you, John, but I was talking to Cole about this. I said I just had this weird idea the other night. What would be the coolest way to die? That, obviously not for you. For you, it would be horrible. I'm talking about for everybody else, like the people that are watching.
Wanna,
Ways for all of you viewers to die that are very funny.
Check this out. Okay, you're on a dock, and this dock is probably somewhere in the Pacific Northwest, Alaska, or apparently every other country that has bears. You're on a
I
dock
like where this is going.
on the ocean. A bear comes charging at you. As you're going to jump off and escape, he grabs your leg or whatever and just starts eating your legs and just pulling you in and eating you. But your upper torso has landed in the water, flailing.
oh no.
When all of a sudden, a great white shark just comes up and bam! Takes your upper torso. Takes your upper half and the bear gets the lower half. And all these people see it and there's a camera, there's video. Imagine how
be a
much
shitty way to die.
that video would get so many hits. It would be the most ultimate death.
Oh, it would start like a worldwide challenge to see who could beat it, and people would actually try hard to beat
it. It would be so tough to beat because you got two wild animals.
Yeah, two wild animals that have assisted you.
That came in and made this
your
happen.
demise. Yeah.
Like the only way that would get better is if the bear was riding the shark with a machine gun. But bears can't work a machine gun because they got those long claws.
That's the real tragedy of the bear's existence.
We're gonna have to make the machine gun work for the bear first. It's terrible.
Do you want the end of the world, Chris?
No. I'm just talking about. That's what I'm saying. You can't make that happen. You can't beat bear, shark, rip in half.
What if it had like some sort of like backpack, power pack thing where it had like miniguns mounted on its shoulder, so it doesn't actually have
that's
to
the
operate?
problem. See, here you're leaving reality the same way I was with the shark's machine gun.
It's all right, John. I left reality too because I immediately thought of a raptor. Like, how cool would it be to die while fighting a raptor?
Yeah,
a velociraptor.
What about a raptor, a bear, and a great white shark?
Snap.
So if we want to
Now we're just getting silly.
if we really want to ground this back in reality,
Okay.
this could really happen with a crocodile as well. A bear and a shark and a crocodile all bust your ass at once.
How would a shark and a crocodile be located in the same?
Australia.
Okay. Okay. Hey, you're there right now, John, aren't you?
Hi, g'day, mate.
Be careful.
Hey, watch out for them kangaroos. They'll disembowel you.
Did you know kangaroos are actually poisonous?
Dude, they're horrible. They're monsters.
Dude, they spit poison and blood from their eyes. They don't show you that in fucking National
I
Geographic.
thought that was just those lizards.
No, it's kangaroos.
This is true. We're talking really true right now.
No, I'm totally lying.
Okay.
I know, right?
I was like, what?
I'm gonna Google this right now. You can't
I
be making this kind
deadpan
of
really
topics
well.
with the internet.
It's one of the only joys I find in life. That and
Hey.
annoying cats.
You know, that's one of the upgrades I got to do up in here on the CrunchCast. On the CrunchCast,
I thought you were gonna say the crock pit.
the crock pit.
Crock pit and
We're
the
gonna
crotch.
have, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a pit. I'm gonna have it's gonna have crocodiles in it, and I'm gonna have sharks in it. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna release the bears, and we're gonna make this happen. No, back to what I was really talking about was I call it the CrunchCast Studios, also known as my apartment. That's one thing I need to do is get more action in here because Brian's just chilling in a chair and that's cool. What I'd like to do is I'd like to get a round table set up
Yes.
with a computer chair, so he has like a little computer. He can. I got my fingers around. He can check his facts. He can check his facts.
Yeah, I need to.
And see how many lies per second I come up with.
Yeah. No, it's just so he can. They maybe I don't know what email himself some topics or whatever he wants to do.
Yeah.
If you have access, to
I'd just be looking up porn the whole time.
Yes, the whole time.
That's all I do when I do these.
We can see the reflection in your glasses. All porn.
Can you?
Well, I can see it, but not very well. Are you trying to put something in there that's funny right now?
Yeah, I'm trying to do porn right now. Can you see that?
Nah, I can't see anything.
Oh.
Because you're looking too up. You need to look down a little bit. See, there we go. Okay.
All right, let's do some porn.
I just like audio porn though. I don't like the visuals.
This doesn't work out because you know, John, that we released the MP3, so you're really wasting everyone's time with your porn eyes.
Let's see if I get close enough. Trying to find the right reflect. I'm just genuinely curious. Can you see that?
Nah, you can't see anything.
Oh, it's the It's the owl
Owl?
with yeah, but with a predator mouth.
Oh.
I'm a classy guy.
Yeah, I like it. I'm proud of you.
Are you on Google Plus, John?
Oh hell yes.
So he's the master of G+.
Okay, I haven't really touched it.
Hey,
too much yet.
hey,
I'm on it, but I
so-
haven't touched it.
It's
You
cool.
know, I see you posted on there. It's pretty interesting. I'll get a message from John, and then I'll get a tweet. It's the same thing, and then I'll check G+, and it's the same thing. And it's probably on Facebook too, but I don't even check Facebook anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a desolate land of nothing.
Yeah.
No, I go there.
I
and
don't always
post.
repost. I do a lot of cross posting, but I always do it manually. Some things I'll only do on Google Plus. Some things only on Facebook. Some things only on Twitter.
I'm the same way. But
I'm very selective. I hate those automatic things that post them everywhere. Like I hate it. I hate Facebook statuses that are pulled from Twitter because they're for different things, and I'm total dick and complete about it. But just pet peeve.
I actually have more than 2 followers on Twitter now, so I've actually been like trying to step up my game and.
Whoa, who are they besides me?
No comment. No, I can't.
George Takei.
I can't think of their
George Takei, isn't it?
exact names right now, and I don't want to butcher it, so I'll figure it out and get back to them.
All right.
But
You have one more follower.
I did look at their portfolios because they are artists, and I was very impressed. It's pretty awesome. But yeah. Anyways, I've been trying to be more funny on the Twitter feed there, but I got on it. I think I got on it a little too late. I don't know. Is Twitter dying or is it?
No, it's growing like crazy.
Okay.
It's
I think
maybe I got on just at the right time.
I feel like I got on Twitter way too late.
I feel like that too. Yeah.
Twitter am huge. No, honestly, really, the bigger you grow your network, like I got on it a while ago. It didn't really make sense to me at first, but eventually I got a big enough network going that I can get some really cool conversations going back and forth. My favorite thing about Twitter is I can literally ask almost any question, and I will have an answer from somebody within like 2 minutes. Just anything I could ever ask.
Cool. I haven't really got into it that deep. I've only got like 70 followers anyway.
Well, the conversational aspect of it's pretty cool. Like 2 people can have a public conversation. Someone following one of them will want to jump in. They'll add the other 2 people to the conversation. People just sort of flit in and out, just like really fluidly. It's sort of like a mix between IRC and an IM conversation, where you can pop in, pop out, but there's no obligation to chat or reply at any point.
It really seems like the perfect way to troll somebody.
Listen, what people need to know is why they need to be following Brian McConnell. Here's why you need to This is why you need to follow Brian McConnell.
Oh, no.
He says things like, a cutie was cutting my hair, and she said not to breathe while spraying this product. I asked, how can I breathe? You take my breath away.
Aww.
That's so sweet.
And then my buddy farted, so naturally I said, bless you.
Mm-hmm. Does God happen to have a plan B?
You guys are both on my Twitters right now? Yes.
I wonder how skeletons make love.
I'm not trying to be judgmental on things I haven't tried yet. So yeah, I am cool with gay marriage. Murder, however, not cool.
Dude, I love that one because it makes people question: is he a murderer?
They're just saying that you're judgmental about murder because you've never done it.
Yeah.
But even though you've never done it, you're still judgmental about it.
Yeah. I try to make it so there's more than one joke in each of my posts. But,
Don't knock it till you try it.
Yeah.
Murder can be pretty gratifying.
Dude, I'm sure some people love it. So.
But I just saw this next one. I text this girl, what the hell is wrong with you? But not in a bad way. I just wanted to find out if there's anything wrong with her.
That's pretty good.
That actually reminds me. Oh my god.
Most of these are true stories too.
Remember those? Remember the T9 dictionary shit on cell phones before iPhones?
Yeah.
I had the worst fucking typo ever. Just quite a while back, I was dating this girl, and I was just texting her, or flirting, whatever. I was texting her, "You're incredible," but it autocorrected to "You're inbred." That went really well. That one didn't really last.
Brian, if you how many tweets do you have now?
Like 12.
No, there's 19.
Oh, 19, sweet.
Why'd you ask if you have the page open?
No, I had to hit back. No, what I was gonna say is some of these are actually pretty funny. If you actually just kept doing this, you could have like a whole stand-up routine.
Seriously, dude. Seriously,
You just go to an open mic and read some of these.
Yeah, I would love to do that. I've always wanted to be a stand-up comedian, but
It's funny. It's so difficult. Have you ever had to be in front of people and
yeah,
do anything?
I've had like speech classes, and I used to I was in drama club in high school. I played in a play, one play. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm still a little nervous, but
God, it never gets better.
Yeah. But I think I could comfortably get used to it. It just takes 7 years, right? 7 years to become.
Dude, when I first started, I don't want to pick up my mic and shake it because it'll look funny, but when I first started doing pro wrestling, the first time I got on stage, like in the ring, and instead of having a match, the first time I got in the ring, I had to cut a promo. and I'm holding the mic. Let me see if I can get on camera. I was holding the mic, and I'm just like,
Shit. Oh.
I'm trying to cut a promo.
Oh no. Well, you learned from it.
But yeah, after a while, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But that first
I might-
time, woo.
I might do that. I might, because there's this club called 404. It's on Broadway, and they do stand-up comedy every once in a while. Just amateurs go up there and.
Or you can find an open mic night.
How does anybody
Opal.
find it?
Find what?
404?
It's on. I think it's on.
I'm sorry.
I think it's on 4th and Broadway, so like literally like right on that corner. But yeah, like I'm sure a whole bunch of places
They call it
have.
502 Forbidden.
Oh, you.
I'm sorry. I swear to God, I'll let you talk.
No, it's fine. I wasn't really going anywhere. I was just trying to think. Like I'm sure a bunch of places have open mic nights.
Yeah, dude, that's why I said even Opal has an open mic night. Imagine how garbage that is.
Yeah.
I bet this guy's getting up there like, yeah, so, I got this shirt, it's fresh. I got this hat, it's tilted to the side, it's red. This jersey, yeah, my pants are baggy.
Oh, his pants are baggy. That's so true. That's so true.
I'm out. And he drops the mic and he gets charged for breaking the mic.
But it was totally worth it.
Oh yeah, he won that.
I'll be
night.
back. I'll be back in a quick sec. I'm gonna grab another beer and I'm gonna mute my mic this time.
Nice.
Well, that was funny last time when you dropped it. Like, I don't even know what happened there. Technically, it was some sort of miracle.
No, but I need to start doing that. I need to go out there and start meeting some people. I want to try to make more people laugh, rather than like. Not saying that joining a dating site is bad, but
Wait, you just wait a segue. That was the best segue ever. You're talking about going to open mics and you go right into not that joining a dating website. That has nothing to do with what you're saying. But
Well, I mean,
that you transfer.
that was like my immediate go-to to try to meet
Do you
people.
want
is
to talk
join
about
it.
that? Because I wanted to talk about stand-up.
Sure, why not? Yeah.
Because we've got tickets to Joe.
Oh yeah. I was going to
Rogan.
mention that earlier.
That's
We
gonna
got
be
tickets,
awesome.
we got tickets to Joe Rogan on September. I think it's 23rd or 22nd. Make sure. God.
And then the very next night is
Yeah. Check this out. September 23rd, 2011, at the Paramount Theater. Joe Rogan with Joey Coco Diaz. And possibly, according to Ari Shaffir podcast, which he was on the Joe Rogan Experience here recently, Joe said that Ari was going to be on there too. But we'll see. I'd like to see Ari. He's cool, even if he is a bit of a
I wouldn't mind seeing Ari.
But okay, check this out. That's Friday night. Saturday night, September 24th, UFC 135, Jones versus Rampage. Not this John Jones that we're talking to now.
Thank God.
It's just so weird. Imagine if you had to fight Rampage, he would just murder us.
I could never stand up against Mr. T.
If all three of us had to fight Quentin Rampage Jackson right now, we would all be killed.
Oh yeah.
That's just by his trainer.
Within the first fifth of a round.
Yeah, he would have no problem.
Dude,
But, oh
like,
my God, that
Is that at the Pepsi
combination-
Center?
dude, the Vaseline, the face guy, the one that looks like Geraldo, he could take me down. Jesus.
Dude, Mike Goldberg would bust us up. There's a story about that. Mike
Wow.
Goldberg apparently choked out Frank Trigg in an elevator because he got in his face or something.
Because he got in the elevator.
Yeah. No, but yeah, that's going to be an awesome
He's
night.
very territorial about elevators. Weird thing.
Freaking Friday night with the whole Rogan stand-up. We'll get to see that. And just getting to see that stand-up will be so inspirational for us. And then going right to that UFC. And my buddy Alex is flying in. I got a ticket for him. We're going to watch UFC together. It's going to be so great. And if you like all that fighting stuff, on the 21st, that Wednesday, is the debut episode of that new season of The Ultimate Fighter with the coaches Michael Bisping and Mayhem Miller, who is just amazing.
Oh snap!
Mayhem Miller. I'm sure you've seen some of those
I'm pretty sure I have to.
shows with him. He does that bully beatdown on MTV. He's just an entertainer.
Yeah, he sounds very familiar.
Yeah, and they're supposed to have like a 2-hour special first episode where they show all the fights because you can't get into the house this season unless you've won a fight. Ridiculous. Speaking of fighting, we need to get a Ben Deonda on here.
Yeah.
The Anaconda.
Yeah.
It's my boy. I've been talking about him.
I thought you were gonna say, speaking of fighting, you and I need to wrestle again.
We need to wrestle. Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. We need to wrestle again.
Yeah, I would like to.
I need to get hurt.
Just take out all of my frustration on Chris.
Ah, it's so bad. He beats me up really bad.
I'm just fucking around.
Actually, Brian, Jesus, you could totally clean press Chris at this point, couldn't you?
Easy.
Oh yeah, I could throw him in the air. Just kidding. No, I don't know.
And wave his hands like you just don't care.
Yeah. Where was I was gonna go somewhere. Oh yeah, we were talking about. We should touch on. Do you want to touch on stand-up comedy or?
Yeah, we could talk about that stuff kind of more along, down the road or whatever. I mean, we're at the 90-minute mark now anyway, so we should probably start wrapping up.
Yeah, definitely.
Just because, look, seriously, guys, YouTube has a limit of 2 gigs, and somewhere around the 90-minute mark, you're coming in around 1.5 gigs. So that usually gives us time to outro and talk about, another at least good 10 minutes plus.
And here's what we learned today.
Here's what we learned. I learned that dogs don't lay eggs. No, that's a misquote from Family Guy. I apologize.
I think that's why I don't like.
Did you know that
Family
the
Guy.
average bee has 27 children?
Huh. That's more than me. I haven't had any yet.
That you know of.
You ever notice how, like, in the generations that passed, like previous generations, okay, your parents, how many siblings did they have? Maybe 3 or 4. But their grandparents, how many siblings did they have? Like 8 or 10.
Yeah, that's kind of funny.
But back then it was like they were helping out on the farm,
And
there were
a
no
lot of them,
prophylactics.
and a lot of them died.
Yeah,
It's like we
that
need
was the thing.
we need more people to plow the fields.
People just
get
died.
fed.
Remember, okay, forget about your grandparents. Think about your great grandparents, and before that, the mortality rate on a child was, how high was that? Like 1 in 3, and then as you go back,
like 5 out of
farther,
every 3.
it's 2 in 3. So you had to have 3 kids to have 1 survive to adulthood.
So it's really just a numbers game.
Things have really gotten better for us.
Yeah, or worse.
Yeah.
I was gonna say worse.
You know what? Maybe you're onto something. Maybe those people getting taken out maybe that was God's will.
How are all these stupid people surviving past birth?
if I've ever become president, I'm just going to just ban all inoculation, and I feel like it'd make the world a better place. Plus, it'd make you value the kids you have more. Scarcity creates value.
You can keep the inoculations for polio or like some seriously debilitating diseases.
Yeah, I guess so. But I want to
still
ban
gotta
inoculations
advance
on diseases that
society.
are like really funny.
I feel stupid, but I don't even know what inoculation means. I'm gonna admit it. My balls just dropped, and I admitted that I don't know what
That's cool.
inoculation means.
You get your
Basically, you get a shot so you can't get a disease, like for
Like when you're
a
a baby.
smallpox or HPV, stuff
Yeah.
like that.
like when you're a baby or when you're going to some kind of like country where you need to get specific inoculations because of certain
okay.
diseases or like mosquitoes or whatever.
And like pretty much everyone born nowadays gets an inoculation to
Yeah.
help prevent those. Okay.
Sure, like polio.
Okay.
Everybody rocks like that polio vaccine as a child, like as a baby. You're born, or like they hook you up with like a set of these things
Okay.
that knock out diseases that just destroyed people
Good
until
enough.
they discovered penicillin.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, like for like the
That's such a lame
smallpox and
person's
stuff.
version.
Like for inoculations against smallpox and stuff. I mean,
Oh, yeah,
like
smallpox.
the 50s through the 70s, they used to make babies stay in like an incubator for the first 6 to 8 months of their life to get that before they're allowed to be released from the hospital. At that point, they're inoculated against smallpox.
Oh, I see. Okay.
That's also a complete lie.
Devastating. Well, yeah, thank you. Thank you for ruining that. No, they were just devastating diseases
I was gonna say
that we are incredibly blessed and lucky that we don't have to deal with these diseases in our lifetime. Like you said, smallpox is a real disease. Polio is a real. There are many real diseases that 50, 60 years ago, or even and more so 100 years ago, just devastated people that
Yeah.
we don't even know anything about because
We didn't even understand them. You could buy them at the general store.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how ignorant we were about diseases. We've gone a long way in 100 years.
Yeah, and it's not just diseases. It's death by animals. It's
death by animals.
it's
Because we killed them all.
drove
You know,
them out of town.
a while ago, that was the only reason people died. animal-related attacks.
I'm still on the half shark, half bear
Half
death.
bear. That was pretty sweet.
See, my policy has always been, like, if I'm going to die, I don't mind if it's in a really horrible, extreme, hilarious way that would make for a great story, just because that's kind of how I'd want to go out.
Yeah. I don't
Like autoerotic asphyxiation.
That's
That's the coolest way to die.
autoerotic
That's
asphyxiation
pretty-
while being attacked by a bear.
Whoa, that's pretty deep. That's deep. Bro. There was an episode of Metalocalypse where that was a whole. They had this big long joke about how autoerotic asphyxiation is the coolest way to die, and one of the lines one of the guys says is, "Yeah, it's cooler than dying in a space shuttle explosion."
Oh God,
That joke just destroys me.
dude. Well, I mean, that's been done. Like, that's
The Challenger, 1986.
yeah. Plus, and it's sort of like it hasn't, how South Park established the how soon is too soon to make a joke about something. Like AIDS is now officially funny.
Oh,
I don't
according
think
to
enough
that-
time has
yeah.
passed. Well, no, I guess maybe just enough time has passed. I don't know. What do you think?
For what?
for AIDS to be funny.
For AIDS to be funny?
No, AIDS is totally funny. I'm saying. Okay, I didn't really mean it like that. I meant like the Challenger explosion.
Oh,
Holy shit! Can we edit that out?
How dare you?
know.
How dare you?
I don't know.
John?
We're touching on a touchy subject.
You've
I
had
suppose.
so much beer in your system that you have become ridiculous, and
I'm naturally
too far
ridiculous.
gone for our program. No, this has actually been a really interesting episode, and
Yeah.
I,
We talked about games once.
Yeah, because I've only seen you, I believe, 2 or 3 times, John, in person, and so yeah, this was like a good way to like get to know you, because
Likewise.
no, John's a fun guy.
Yeah, it's
Thanks.
very fun. I enjoy
Yeah,
your company.
this is. I think it's a great crew. Just the three of us. I really want to keep doing this. This is fun. I think we have great banter back and forth.
What are you guys doing tomorrow night?
Another
Um,
podcast.
Sleeping, guys, because I won't be on
Question?
Australia time anymore. Seriously, like my work, like this is maybe a third of the way into my work day today. And it's 1:30.
Oh man.
Oh well.
Oh man.
Well, you're an hour ahead of us. Anyway, yeah, so if you enjoy the CrunchCast, look, let's talk serious for a second. Launching the Crunch Studios.com. That's Crunch Studios with an S, one word. Holy cow. Thank you, James Green, at Uber Artist. Good guy, hooked us up, helped us out.
Awesome guy. Art
The fir-
director on Fat Princess.
The first guy to ever give this show anything besides, the people that have shown up and were on the show. And
But-
me,
Well, I mean, I
Yeah,
guess
that-
other
that-
people have
that
given
really
us
doesn't count,
views and
you know.
stuff. We don't want to.
views.
We appreciate
No,
all
viewership,
views, subscribers.
Look, here's what we need. If you watch this show, if you like this show, here's what you got to do. You got to repost this show. You got to link it to everybody. You got to post it on them websites. You got to send it to every news site that exists.
Put it in your local newspaper.
Yeah, even your local newspaper. But no, all this
Spray
game
paint
news-
it on the
wait,
walls.
This needs to get real because this is game developers talking about real talk. This is all real.
Sorry, just thinking
It's
about
like the
tonight's
worst ways to
podcast.
die.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm.
Okay, Chris,
No,
no,
this-
seriously, for at least one of your podcasts, you need, actually, Brian, I'm commissioning you to do this. Make an illustration of someone being killed by a bear and a great white shark at the same time and run that as the title logo for at least one
man.
episode.
That's
That
three
sounds
things.
pretty fun. I'm gonna do some concepts
Three
tonight.
things he has to draw.
Bring
Awesome.
Bring some thumbnails in tomorrow.
I'm gonna be hypercritical of this.
Okay.
There's not enough agony. The great white shark doesn't look angry enough.
can we
I'm
The
gonna
bear looks
come
too
down
friendly.
on you like a critique my portfolio thread that's a Flash portfolio.
Can
I
put,
love Flash.
Can I put gore in an illustration and not have to worry about like any sort of anti?
Why would there be any gore of a bear
and
and a
shark?
great white shark ripping a person in half? How could you see any gore in that?
See, the more extreme the death, the more scared the blood gets. Nothing comes out. It's actually surprisingly clean. It's only when you get, it's only when you do like a really pussy death where there's blood. Just saying.
Good talk. So check this out. You can check out John Jones at thejohnjones.com
And his horrible, horrible lies.
and his horrible lies.
I'm really bad at this. I don't know if I'm gullible or what.
You can follow him at John Jones on Twitter if you like that Twitter. Brian McConnell, he's going to have a website someday.
eventually.
We'll let you know about it when it happens. You can follow him on Twitter at Bryan McConnell, and you'll be like the third person to follow him. Maybe he's a funny guy, but he doesn't post all the arts. But he needs to post all the arts because he's good at it. Me, hey, Twitter at Chris Holden Dev. When I tweet, it's usually one of these shows or some art I'm doing. If you like seeing dumb art made in UDK all the time or whatever.
See, not dumb at all. You're a pioneer, Chris.
I am a pioneer. I'm a great person, according to Jon Jones.
And humble.
And humble. Look, the one thing that has made me
Pause on.
great and number one and the best is the fact that I stayed humble.
Great number one and the best.
That's one of my old jokes. It's one of my old jokes. I apologize
Seriously,
for that, folks.
if you don't put that in a business card, I will buy you business cards with that
Say
on
that.
it. Great
should
number
be-
one and the best. Chris
that
Holden.
should
Like,
be,
that's-
that should be
it's a big
the
thing
call
for me.
sign of this podcast.
Dude, you're making my girlfriend totally crack up.
Oh, her. I just friended her on Facebook this week. What's that all about? I had to ask you if it was cool first, 'cause I didn't want you to be like, oh, he's stealing my girl.
Yeah.
She says we're
no
Facebook
drama.
official.
No drama. I don't want no drama. When you two break up, no drama.
She called you an asshole.
Cool. Thank you.
Yes, she did. I'm putting words into her. Can you guys actually hear her through my mic?
You can
Very
hear like
slightly.
Well, you don't really hear anything.
It sounds
See,
like the
so,
old
like-
Peanuts. The old Peanuts when they're
I was
talking
about
on
to
the
say.
phone. It's like,
I was about to say the same thing.
Yeah,
Oh, you
yeah.
guys. But yeah, so check us out. TheCrunchCast.com. If you want to sponsor our show, talk to Bryan. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. We had a good one this week. It's a lot of fun. Hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to tell us what you think.
John, had a good time talking to you, man.
Yeah, likewise, man. So, hey,
Thank you
until
for
next
joining
time.
us.
Looking forward to this.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Thank you. For
See y'all
joining us.
next week, folks.
I don't know.